Hey guys, it's Miss K. I'm an English teacher by day. By night, I read a heck of a lot of books, and I decided to start a YouTube channel to share my thoughts and opinions with you. Today's book is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. This is blowing up on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. All of the big social platforms. This book has been mentioned at least a couple times on it, and I can't wait to share my opinion with you all. This deals with Hades and Persephone. This is a retelling of the original Greek mythology story brought into modern times. So imagine that all of the gods and goddesses from all those Greek stories have crashed into modern day Earth. There was a brief war fought, but ultimately they integrate into society and they are now the celebrities of the world. That is where our setting takes place. That is the setting of A Touch of Darkness. So we have gods and goddesses that walk among humans today. Now, typically, if you can recognize a god and goddess, it's because they have great horns or antlers or something coming out of their head. That's the only way you can tell. Otherwise, they have their magic on, which disguises them and allows them to blend into humanity. We have Persephone. Now, Persephone is the daughter of Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of the earth. She makes things grow. She gives life to plants and animals. Very, very powerful goddess. However, Persephone is born without a touch of magic. She can't do anything like her mother can. So she lives among humans pretty much as one of them. She borrows a little bit of magic from her mother to hide her horns that indicate her as a goddess. But ultimately, she lives a normal human life, and she actually likes it. She goes to school, she has friends, an apartment, roommates, a really good job, and she decides to go out clubbing one day with her best friend. Now, this club is owned by Hades. Hades is the god of the underworld. And if you are not familiar with Greek mythology, you have the three biggies: Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Zeus is like the king of the gods. He's the top shot. Poseidon rules the water of the earth. Hades rules the underworld. He is essentially where all souls go once they have died, or once they have been collected. In this case, Hades owns the club that Persephone and her friend venture to, where he makes deals with mortals in exchange for their souls. However, you have to play the cards. This is what Persephone gets herself into. She doesn't exactly know that it's Hades' club that she's walking into, and she doesn't know that it is Hades she's playing cards with. However, after she makes the deal with Hades and learns who he is, she realizes that her challenge is impossible. The challenge is to make something grow in the underworld. Now, who could have thought that the one goddess that can't use any magic is destined to make something grow in a place that is rumored to be pretty desolate and devoid of life? However, when Persephone ventures into the underworld, she actually finds it's a really cool place. Hades doesn't make his underworld appear to be deserted or volcanic or dark and gloomy as the typical myths would have us believe. It's actually a village with people that are happy. Souls are happy they've been there. There are places that are dark and desolate where the worst of the worst go in the underworld. Persephone stumbles on a few of those places a few times throughout the book. However, for the most part, she loves the people in the underworld, the lush forests, the plains, the grass. Hades plays with his dogs. The palace that he lives in is majestic. It's well kept. He keeps his souls happy until they are reincarnated every few weeks. And so she actually likes being in the underworld. And after she ventures there a few times, over the next 6 months throughout the book, because she has 6 months to complete this challenge of making something grow in the underworld, she and Hades develop this relationship with each other that grows out of almost a friendship. They are enemies, they turn to friends, and eventually they become lovers and are in an actual relationship. So much so that the people in this village in the underworld say, "You're going to be our queen one day, Persephone," which Persephone never thought would be possible. However, it turns out that it was all a big lie. Go figure. The reason Persephone does not have magic is because Demeter withheld worshippers. She never acknowledged Persephone to the public, and therefore, without the acknowledgement of the common people, you have no power as a god or goddess. So Demeter was lying to Persephone the entire time. Secondly, Hades was lying to Persephone the entire time because he secretly made a bet behind Persephone's back, a bet with Aphrodite that he could make someone fall in love with him. He had 6 months to do it, and as soon as he made the bet with Aphrodite, he met Persephone. However, what he didn't count on was the fact that he would grow to love Persephone as much as Persephone loved him. That is the plot of A Touch of Darkness. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a fantastic Hades and Persephone retelling. If you're a fan of Greek mythology, if you love Orpheus and Eurydice, if you love Hades and Persephone, if you love Zeus, Poseidon, Demeter, if you love all of those big ones, then you're going to love A Touch of Darkness, because all of the gods and goddesses and the stories and mythology that I teach to my seniors in English class, they're in this book. And it's a fantastic retelling brought into the modern 21st century. What would I give A Touch of Darkness? I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. If you're not a mythology fan, it's probably not your cup of tea. However, I find it hard to believe that anyone could hate this book so much. So what are your thoughts on A Touch of Darkness? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little notification bell so that you get notified every time a new video drops. And until then, guys, happy reading.